Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trash Movie Kings podcast. I am your host, Adam Edwards, joined with some friends, a bunch of creative types from around Houston, around the country, where we try to recreate the feeling that you get when you leave a midnight movie of Labyrinth after having 6 very dirty, very heavy martinis at the Weird Swingers Lounge next door, and you just kind of stand around outside under the marquee, kind of boozily reminiscing about what the hell you just saw. Now, Labyrinth, to be clear, not a trash movie. The movies that we watch in this podcast, absolute garbage. Trash. This is a podcast where various creative types all pile onto a Zoom meeting and watch some of the worst movies in history, looking for the diamonds in the rough. I'm talking movies you've never heard of, I've never heard of, movies that exist on YouTube. Not that they're in the public domain, it's just nobody gives a shit. They're just up on YouTube. That's how bad these movies are. These are trash treasures. This is the kind of crap that makes you question your taste, your reality, your life choices, and then we do all the heavy lifting and we let you know if they're maybe worth your time. Granted, we're in various states of sobriety when we do this, so maybe take it with a grain of salt, but also that's probably the best way to watch these movies. So yeah. Oh, one note. When you hear this sound, that means that you are hearing a clip from the movie session that we recorded prior to the episode of the podcast. And then when you hear this sound, that means we're back to the podcast. Now, if you watch on YouTube, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Which reminds me, we do have a YouTube channel where you can watch all of these for free. It has a video element, so you can see our faces, you can see the editing that's been done, and you can actually see the clips of the movies rather than just hear the audio of it. So yeah, that's about it. And sorry, Apocalypse Howl wanted me to let you know, he wants you to be warned that he has jokes that, you know, are worth warning about. So you've been warned about Mr. Howell's jokes that deserve warning. Cool. All right. Well, that's all I got for you. So enjoy the show.
I like Bags of Trash as our ratings.
You know what was lacking? Fucking kicks.
Dude, let's not have an intro. Let's just start. Should we start with the national anthem?
Well, I'm trying to make sure I have all the information so I don't stumble too much.
If we start with the national anthem, I'm taking a knee. Just so y'all know.
Final recording.
What do you have for me this time? Hacking into the stock market, closing down a bank, fixing an election. It's all easy.
Right on.
All right, I guess welcome to the first episode of the Trash Movie Kings show, podcast, whatever you want to call it. I'm Adam Edwards. I'm joined with Apocalypse Howl, Michael Langhausen, Justin Petty, and Joey Graham. We do this once a week. We watch really shitty, trashy movies, and we kind of drink and fuck around and have fun. So tonight we watched a movie called Night of the KICKFIGHTERS, which, according to IMDb, was released in 1988, but according to the credits was like 91 or some shit like that. Directed by the acclaimed Buddy Reyes. And top billing was Adam West. So I guess to start off, guys, I don't know, how'd you feel about Night of the KICKFIGHTERS? Was there enough kick fighting for you?
No.
Yeah.
No, there was definitely not enough kick fighting. There was one kick fighting scene within 5 minutes of the intro that had approximately 2 or 3 kicks, maybe. And then how long until the next kick fighting scene? Is probably an hour.
The movie.
Yeah, like at least an hour.
The build up to the night.
We had a bar fight where there was some kick fighting, probably an hour in, but I wouldn't call that like a kick fighter scene per se.
No, because like it also
the strip
had...
club saloon scene.
Yeah, it was like a saloon with like ragtime piano and a fucking stripper in the corner.
This stripper at like, what kind of bar is this?
Is this The
It's like
Sopranos?
Cheers mixed with like an old West saloon.
Hey, Audie Bukobi.
We merged my restaurant with the Pata, you know.
Black Italian guy.
Oh, where you going, pal?
Joey,
I
just
wish-
in time for some kick fighting.
I don't know why. Where's the CIA agent?
Why is the piano player still playing?
Why is
Why
the
is
dancer
this
still
chick
dancing?
bent over on the stage still dancing?
Why are we at Cheers? I mean, the scene starts in wide, and it's kind of shot poorly, obviously.
It stays in
And
white,
the guy, there's one dude that legit looks like Artie Bucco for a second, but then you find out, once they cut in, you realize he's a black dude. But for a second, in wide, it looks like Artie Bucco at his place, at his like bar restaurant, but they've added just a stripper oddly in a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're talking about Fitz Houston.
Fitz Houston?
Yeah.
Is that place still around?
Flamed actor.
No, not Fitz in Houston. His name was
Fitzgerald
Fitz
Houston.
Yeah.
Oh, are you
Oh,
giving me the
actor's
actor's name?
Correct.
Fitz Houston. His name is Fitz Houston.
Yes.
That sounds fake.
IMDb says that he
Is he from
teaches
Houston?
an acting class on emotional preparation for scenes.
Wait, his character's name was Socrates?
Yeah. I don't think they ever said that.
I don't think they did. Yeah, it was Socrates. Wow.
They never had said anyone's names in the movie.
Megan. They said Megan's name.
Was that the kidnapped girl? Okay, so
No, that was
does anyone
main
want to give a
character.
shot at
Yeah.
describing the plot without reading it first?
It was the main character girl her friend who was grossed out by her kissing her fiance.
Are you describing the plot?
But what's the plot of the movie?
Yeah,
Oh,
take
the
it,
plot.
Mike, or take a shot at describing the plot of this film without looking at it on IMDb or anything.
Oh my god! So like, there's these people that obviously have some experience with kick fighting, and there's a CIA. We're in the Gulf War era, so there's lots of what we can only assume are Saudi Arabians. They're also
Be careful there.
Well, I mean, they didn't give us
I
a lot to
think
go
they
off
said.
of.
Did they say
There was
Sunnis?
one point where but that wasn't in that scene. That was in the CIA headquarter type of location where they discussed the Sunni or the Shia.
Oh yeah, they made a reference to
Shiites. That was
The
what it was.
Shia. Yeah,
But
so
then
they-
we're in Mexico.
and then all of a sudden
And I made the joke yikes, and nobody laughed at it.
I didn't.
I didn't even
didn't
register
hear it,
yeah, didn't hear it.
So.
I thought you were just saying Shiites again. I think.
But why
Regardless,
is that?
I don't think you've described the plot at all.
Oh, so anyways, so
You're just saying things.
You're just saying
they
stuff
end up.
that happened, which
Which
kind of
is
the
pretty
plot.
much what the
can't do
movie
it.
did, right? It just
I can't do it.
said
It
It
just
didn't.
happened to us.
It took a turn.
Where?
When
took
all
a
of a
lot of
sudden
left
they're
turns.
training ninjutsu katas.
Okay,
Did
that
you
was
not
No.
see the turn it took with the dinosaur inflatable?
All of a sudden we're watching Tammy and the T-Rex.
right, there's dinosaur inflatables in the last the climactic, like, I guess. Okay, so they formulate. Okay. So what really
It was
happens?
the
Let's
second
think about it.
inflatable of the movie.
So Adam
It was
West's
all big
character,
hits.
a military scientist, yes, of some ilk, I guess,
yeah.
invents some kind of machine or like a ray gun, the smart ray gun that zaps away toys, from what I can tell. It doesn't do anything else. I guess it displaces them in space. I don't really understand. It never explained it to my knowledge. Oh shit, is this like the fucking thing from Honey, I Blew Up the Baby?
Hell yeah.
It looks the same. It sounds the same.
You mean Rick Moranis stole their proprietary design?
I don't think Rick Moranis did.
Gentlemen, those are just two
Oh, I like the concept
functions
of that.
Van Enterprises HL2000, the world's first intelligent holographic laser weapon. Permit me to demonstrate.
What makes it intelligent?
It's hard. It's
She
really
pointed
hard
it.
to take his voice seriously.
As I said, this is an intelligent gun.
If they blow up these things, these little toys that they're shooting,
Pull the trigger, Mariko.
Ooh.
it's intelligent because it won't blow him up.
Beam knows
They,
why? Because we've developed a microchip that's so small, it's so quick, that it's able to transmit information faster than ever before.
so he has this machine, and then I guess people want it. I think. So they kidnap his daughter,
Yes.
and then.
And then never reference the machine again.
So then they get
Correct.
a CIA agent with nice abs,
He had nice abs.
right? To put together a kick fighting team, of which the first scene of putting together the team is the ragtime cheers strip club scene. And then there's a series of other things happening with other characters joining. I think that's the only one that stood out. But then, yeah, they're once they have the team together, suddenly, magically, they're in a kick fighting gym. I guess I've never seen it. I don't even know what kick fighting is, to be honest. Do you have any insight,
Not to
Mike?
be confused with kickboxing.
Yeah.
There was some shadow boxing.
Oh yes, there's a
Literal
guy who
shadow
literally
box.
fights his own shadow. So that's well, does it have something to do with the blonde teenagers?
Yo,
Is that
we got a butterfly knife.
Yeah, we got a butterfly knife.
fucking fuck yeah.
Knife culture.
Oh, look at that. Represent.
Is he fighting his shadow?
Yeah, he's
It's
shadow
called
boxing.
shadow boxing. Literally.
So kick fighting is kickbox. It's all of martial arts combined plus knife culture.
Are you
Oh, yeah, there is
serious?
a
There
butterfly
was some
knife.
sick knife culture.
Wait. Are you serious about kick fighting involving knives?
No.
Okay.
But in this movie, it does because there was
Right.
the blade in the shoe
And the butterfly knife scene.
and the butterfly.
There is
knife.
one butterfly knife, so it meets the quota of a movie possibly produced in the 80s or possibly produced in 1990. Who knows?
Yeah, but so
or
does Adventures
Justin
in
Petty
Babysitting.
2021.
Right. You gotta have one.
Put 'em up.
But yeah, then the team is formed. Then they go to Mexico because
Kind
Yes.
of. We kind of moved to Mexico.
it seemed like the kidnappers were definitely Shiites at first, and then
She was French.
and then yeah, there's this operative, this evil bad guy operative chick, who at first seems, I don't know if she's supposed to be that, like if she's a spy, and she's like portraying different things or not, but I don't know. It
I
just
think
seems
she's
confusing.
just like Scarlet Witch. The accent comes and goes.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. So, yeah, she's wearing a blue ninja costume and speaking French by the end of it, and she's going to. Oh, yeah. Okay, so she's in Mexico with the girls, but they're at some kind of compound. Does anyone have any clue about what the compound was?
No,
It was
there were a
a
lot of
snake
like
milking
mechanized
facility.
gates and shit, but
Yeah.
Right. It seemed like a prison, but there was no idea that it was.
She
a
was
prison.
definitely in
It was just-
control of it though, because she had them strapped up BDSM style.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Right. Did she
Trash.
capture members of the team up?
Yeah.
The kick fighters, I guess.
The
Yeah.
main
Yes.
kick fighter dude.
She married a man
Wait,
named
time
Spade
out. What's going on in the
after her
movie?
name was already Spade.
Is she
No.
French now?
she was Kate Brosnahan.
Is she French now?
Anything placed inside. But
Oh, I like the setup with them being punished against this black wall and the red little platforms.
That's very sadomasochistic of you, Joey.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good look, though.
Nothing more than
it would be
vegetables.
cinematic in any other film, but in this
Oh,
they've
Mr.
managed to
Fighting.
figure out how to make it look like shit by mixing it with that baby blue room with
That's why
white trim.
I will enjoy having
Yeah,
Sure.
somehow they rendered it to the set of Alex Mack.
Right. If it was a completely black room and in
They're
good
just
lighting,
using the overhead fluorescent lights to light the
Oh, good
scene.
luck.
Yeah.
Have your clothes.
I really thought the ray gun that was established by Adam West's 2 scenes earlier in the film, but they never brought it back. I thought they would bring it back in that scene and like shrink them or something. It seemed like it shrunk stuff, or maybe
No,
It's like you set up a movie
vaporized.
with something that interesting and then you never reference it again.
yeah, that's
Which
it's a
the
kind of a
entire plot of
classic
the movie
problem.
is based around getting that thing.
Right, it's kind of a classic problem with a lot of these terrible
Well,
fucking movies.
It's not a classic problem. That's a classic Carl McMahon. Adam West's character.
Classic.
I thought you were gonna say Bobby Reyes or whatever.
Yeah.
Classic Bobby Ray.
Classic Bobby Reyes. He's a great filmmaker, but he has faults.
Bobby Reyes. Next question. What else we got?
Yeah. Does anybody have a favorite shot or scene in this movie? Can anyone?
Yes, I do. My favorite shot was when they cut to the mid-panning shot of the stripper for like a brief second,
Yeah.
so that they could do a jump cut between a punch and another punch.
yeah, the
It's
insert
like
shot of the
super punched
stripper is
in
pretty
and like
good.
really granulated, and it just looks shitty as hell. Why is the piano like a ragtime old western?
And then just like cut to the stripper. This is the shittiest stage ever.
Definitely the insert shot of a stripper.
So I
I
have
would
two.
say for me, it's that same scene, but instead of the punch-in shot of the stripper, it's the guy playing the piano, like while everybody's beating the shit out of each other.
They stayed on his hands for so long.
They were really going for that saloon vibe.
I'm here for the stripper.
I like how someone punched. It was like an off-screen punch because everything's so bad.
Or the chick in the limo.
Yes.
Who inadvertently
This is
got
gonna
stuck
be
in
my-
a car chase, and they just show the shot of her looking confused for like 10 seconds in the back of the car. Not called a mullet, it's called a wolf cut.
Is that what they changed it?
Yeah, they're trying to call it something super dope.
Because it's
now.
like your main.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm gonna take a shortcut.
Just stay on her face the entire time.
Wait, why was there
like
a limo?
leading up to that?
It was a limo chase?
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
a limo
that
chase.
was
and it
early
ended
on
at
in
a
the
dead
beginning.
end.
And then we never referenced the woman in the limo or the limo again.
You know what? What's another? Are there any other films with great limo chases? Gosh.
It wasn't a great chase.
No, I'm not saying it was great.
It was just a limo chase.
I'm just saying, has anyone else done a limo car chase?
I mean, buses are essentially limos.
So Speed.
I mean, the whole movie's a limo chase.
I'm not. Buses are not essentially limos.
How are they not?
Well, of course not, because they have
You're
bathrooms on
fucked
them.
up.
They're better than limos.
Okay, but hey, Justin. So
Maybe a
leading
party
up
bus.
to that shot
Sure.
of the mom in the limo looking like just confused.
Yeah, it was a weird face. It's like she didn't know she was in a movie.
It was a pretty accurate face for what in the world is going on. I have so much privilege. And like that's the face
It's
she gave.
the realization
that
that her
face.
privilege is being stripped away from her slowly.
It seemed that
So
way.
she-
But
she
leading
had
up
the-
to that shot,
Oh, which
She's
is
white, so
foreshadowing
she-
to the stripper.
Oh, fuck.
Oh yes, there was a lot of foreshadowing in this.
okay.
Wait,
So also the shot,
what was our initial foreshadowing comment?
there was the snake one.
The
I remember the
snake?
snake one.
Yeah.
Well, that was late.
But there was
'Cause
one
we were-
before that. I don't
We
remember.
were
shadow
already
boxing
talking about
scene.
it. Yeah, but there was something before
There's
that. Oh,
some-
when the girls that get kidnapped are playing around, or one of them bathing, and you think you're gonna see nudity, and then there's that happen. But regardless, her sister or something walks in like in a ninja
Megan.
costume.
Oh yeah.
She walks in with a ninja costume, and you're like,
fucking
oh,
weird, right?
there's gonna be ninjas in this movie.
They never showed
And
the
then
sister again.
there weren't any ninjas in this movie.
That's not true. That's not true.
There was an inflatable ninja.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone have any thoughts about the random magician scene with the inflatable ninja?
Yeah,
that
he
I
had to,
guess.
he had to give him the whole bag of tricks.
I had no idea you were in a hurry.
Did he literally say that?
He just spun in place for like 10 seconds.
He changed clothes by spinning.
Somebody moved the camera in the time that he had to go change outfits, so he's like 5 feet closer when he spins again.
Yeah. Okay. I don't care.
Are they having
What is
to
going
pay
on?
Bauer
What is going
right
on in
now?
this movie? So there's a
What the fuck is that?
a blow up ninja doll.
He asked for the whole bag of tricks.
Oh
There's
yeah, he's a magician.
And there's also like a laser beam that does something.
The queen asked me. Aldo, can we just pack it up?
Oh, is that a blow up doll with ninja stuff on it? Like
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's magic.
He didn't even keep the camera in the same place.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah. movie,
Yeah,
y'all.
that was. This is a pretty good one, actually.
There was
I'm
a lot of
coming-
ninjutsu.
I'm
in
coming
it.
I
around.
hated it while we were watching it, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm
now.
kind of I'm coming around on it a little bit just because of the absurdity of like a handful of scenes that I'm remembering. I don't have any
When
other
he
favorite
shot
shots.
The arrow. When he shot that arrow at
The
towards
crossbow.
the end, the crossbow arrow, and then it blows up the boat, and then they just cut to the next scene.
That's They
Wait,
cut
it
to
blew
the
up a
fucking-
boat?
Yeah, the
I totally
the
missed
lady,
that. I think I was.
The
That's
lady
like
in the
that's
blue
like your dream.
jumpsuit, the like
It's
main
okay if
bad
you missed it,
person.
Joey. It lasted like a half second.
She gets in the speedboat
missed
and
it.
she speeds away, and then the other person shoots the fucking crossbow bolt or whatever the fuck, and it blows up her speedboat, and then it cuts to a wedding.
There's a crossbow now.
Gonna shoot a crossbow into a fucking motorboat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that weapon he worked on earlier. That arrow.
What a cut. The shot of the bolt flying through the air lasted longer than the actual explosion shot.
Yes, and the explosion was just like a stock image of an explosion superimposed on the speedboat, and then they just cut to the next scene.
Okay,
Like, they
that's
cut to it after it started and cut away from it before it finished.
Yeah,
It was the
Pretty
shortest
great.
explosion.
okay. I got my favorite shot from the film. It's one of them is like a technical thing because we were joking about how bad they were doing blinds on a wall. Langhausen, do you know what that's called when you do like a shadow of blinds on a wall? Does it have like a technical term?
Well,
It's a
you use
gag.
a cookie or
Like a cook? Yeah, okay, like a cookie when you put like a big light behind like some panels to make it look like blinds, but the light source is from from the ground.
There was no motivation at all.
Right, there's no motivation. It doesn't make any sense unless the sun is from the ground. I don't know.
We never established that we're on Earth. I mean, we don't know what kind of budget they had.
That's not true because there was a lower third at some point in the movie that said Scottsdale, Arizona. So unless there's another one of those in the universe,
I thought you were going to say there was a
But
lower third
what I was
that
gonna
said
say,
Earth.
the shot that I was thinking of that was funny was the surfer guy. This is like a actually interesting thing that happened where it seemed like he had like an explosion blow up in his face, and it seemed way more big and like way more like a big explosion in his face, and he reacted very legitimately to
It
it.
seemed real. It
Yeah,
seemed like
Paul
he was
Rudd. He
not.
looked like Paul Rudd for a second.
Yeah, and that
He did
explosion
look
was
like
so
Paul Rudd,
big.
but the explosion definitely scared that actor.
He does have a Paul Rudd energy to him. Like the way his mouth moves.
Holy shit!
Jeez.
That was a
He's
really
dead.
big explosive.
His hair.
I feel like he didn't
Like,
anticipate
no-
it being that bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like no shit that was too big. I think. Like they put too much. It was like a legit reaction.
They
Yeah.
tested that
Like, super
explosion the
tell.
day before, and before they shot, the director walked up to the pyro guy and was like, "Double it."
It was like Danny McBride in Tropic Thunder.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah, but that was my. Thought.
So
Yeah,
one
it
thing
looked
that
like
I
he
always
died.
think about when we watch these movies is like there's the three B's of these movies, of these B movies, and it's boobs, blood, and butts. And so like
yeah.
what's kind of the like on those three scales, how did this one satisfy y'all? For me personally, I feel like not a lot of boobs. Like I don't think there were any boobs.
There's some side
This
boob.
one was light. This one was
There's
light
some
on
cleavage.
all those things, really.
Yeah, there was not.
Yeah,
a
we
lot
got
of
that
butts.
cleavage cheese early in the movie, and then it like
I feel like
that
we
was-
need a
that was the whole
no,
movie.
Perhaps a fourth B of like beating ass or I don't know.
Definitely,
Yeah.
there weren't any butts, and there wasn't.
There
any
was no
blood either.
butts. There was
Yeah.
there was a half tit. There was like a side nip of the spy girl
A snip.
that was like French or Sunni or whatever the fuck she was.
Yeah, she also struck a pose where you could like, I mean, in her jumpsuit where she might potentially
Well,
have a long.
Actually, I think Adam came in late to that scene because she shows half tit like within like the first 5 minutes of the film. Seems like
Yeah,
half nip, perhaps.
that was like
Almost,
That was
almost.
the whole movie.
Yeah, there was no blood really. There was a few explosions,
No, yeah.
but one of them included like
no,
a magician scene. So that I don't know if I can.
She kept trying to wipe blood into the other girl's mouth.
Oh yeah,
That's true,
there was
yeah.
always like
Weird.
random
yeah.
blood on like people's cheeks and mouths too.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
yeah.
was definitely like shoving blood in that other.
I was
chick's
trying to
mouth.
ask that question while we were watching because I was like, "What the fuck is like? Does she have like
It was like the
Catch the
standard. I got punched in the lip. Here's my blood streak on the cheek.
hepatitis or whatever?" Yeah, This was low on all three of the B's. I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. I'd say it's a B minus.
And if you were to act being a P minus.
Do we need to define long butts for everybody?
Oh, do
Well,
we?
I mean, when it
Well, we
comes up
would
now-
when it comes up because this
Yeah.
movie didn't really have that issue.
No, I feel like she might have. She might have been a long butt.
but we didn't know. We
but
we
we
had
don't
no way
know
of knowing.
because
True.
she
That's
only
true.
wore.
And it's
Long
weird
Johns.
because there was that whole scene with a fucking stripper and nothing.
Yeah, I don't think I saw what her butt looked like.
Yeah,
at
that's
all.
true. She didn't even
No,
turn around.
there was one spot. She was just like, it was when the very last shot that they just sat on for a long time. She was just like facing away from the camera, bent over, dancing.
Oh, I don't.
Like I think she was just like resting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, all right. Well, I guess let's go ahead and wrap this up. So we've talked about our favorite shots. We talked about the three Bs. So I guess we'll go around the horn and just what did everybody think of it? How many bags of trash out of 5 would you give this? And we'll start with I guess Mr. Howell over here.
I'm gonna give it 2 bags of trash, but for that service that comes around and picks up my trash for me, I'm not taking this trash out myself.
You're gonna let it sit in your house and simmer.
It's 2
Let's go
bags
the
of
record.
trash
I want to live with this trash.
that are simmering inside your household.
All right.
Great.
Now I guess Joey, what are you out of 5? How many bags of trash?
God, it's hard. I don't know what we're defining like bags of trash as yet. I just thought it would be funny.
How much? I mean, it's
Whatever's in your
how
heart,
much you
man.
liked this garbage
Yeah,
movie.
like as a trash film, it's pretty good. Like it's except for the fact that it's low on like the butts and boobs and blood, and it's got some really stupid stuff in it. But yeah, I'm feeling that 2.5. Maybe I'll give it a little higher than
Okay.
Mike. But it's still a fucking terrible film. Obviously, it's just. But it has some like genuinely insane stuff. Like that Cheers fight scene that's pretty top notch. Like the ragtime music with a stripper in a old timey looking Cheers bar is that's one for the books.
I feel like that's a scene that when people intentionally make bad movies, that's the magic that you always try to capture, and like it's just not something you can just come up with.
That's a whole discussion about how like that scene happens. Is like I just think they don't think about that scene. They're like, oh, okay, it's just like fighting, and there's a stripper, and then they show up and they're like,
you got a guy who can play piano.
Yeah, like they're not thinking about it that much. It's like a lighter scene in the film. They're not thinking this is like super important, and that's how that kind of thing happens. Where then it's like, oh, this bar looks like Cheers. This doesn't look like what we were thinking at all.
Yeah,
I thought this was going to be a strip club bar, but it's like
balls anyway.
We're here. I guess we gotta shoot it.
It looks like a pub bar in like a small town in like.
Well, what if that was the writers? Like, what if he was sitting at a bar one night, wrote that scene, and then wrote the whole movie around that?
God,
scene?
that would give me an extra given an extra bag of trash. I think if I knew that for a fact that this guy was like, I have this idea that I just need to get out.
He pulls out a fucking
stripper.
napkin.
I'm putting a stripper in a Cheers bar. And then there's going to be a kick fighting scene where people just stand around and watch, and no one says anything, and the stripper continues dancing, and everyone just looks on confused.
So it's a fight scene with a stripper in the background, a piano player, and for some reason, everybody knows your name.
Sometimes you just have to feed your alligators, as they say.
But so most movies, I mean, actually every movie I've ever seen where there's been a bar fight, everyone is fighting. I think this is the first movie I've ever seen where like a bar fight breaks out and then like half the people are just kind of watching.
Well, you're
and they show them.
You're forgetting the random Asian guy that jumps in and fights.
He just walks in on the bar. He's already on the bar top.
Did he ever show up in the rest of the movie? No.
No.
I don't think so.
No. And he wasn't a part of the initial altercation that started this, which was actually a waitress falling into somebody.
He fights.
It caused two guys to fight.
Yes.
He does fight Black Artie Bucco, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He says, "Don't worry, I got this handled." He did not have it handled.
But then, like it seems like he had a handle for a second.
He gets kicked mid-sentence.
Like, because I know Black Artie Bucco lives on because he's in the rest of the movie, but that Asian guy is just lost.
His name's Socrates.
Excuse me, Socrates.
Socrates.
Much better name.
Justin, how many bags?
So Justin, how many bags?
Yeah, we'll move on from. I gave it 2.5. Mike's at 2.
I'm gonna one up you guys. I think that this is the best kind of trash you can get without the 3 Bs, and my max for that is 3 bags of trash. You need the 3 Bs to get those extra 2 bags.
That's fair.
Which is another B, 2 Bs. Get those 5 Bs. You need
like
3
it.
Bs.
I like the logic there, honestly.
So we're going two bags from Mr. Howell. We're going 2.5 from Joey, 3 from JP. Langhausen, what you got?
I'll go with.
Are you gonna come from this from a director of photography standpoint?
Wait, hang on.
I'm
you have to
actually
use
not.
the names that are listed.
I'm bringing it in. Yeah, I'm just some bitch.
Okay, so just some bitch. What? How many bags of trash?
So I'm gonna go with 2.5 bags of trash, and it's gonna come in from the audio where they had that one for whatever reason they decided to keep using rattlesnake sounds throughout. and then also you got the other sounds where the repetitive rhythmic gun battles.
Yeah.
That's interesting that you approach it from the audio perspective, because I was going to give it 2.5 as well, but mostly because it's probably one of the most poorly lit movies I've seen in a long time.
But that's kind of a plus in a weird way in this scenario.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely shot on video, right? I mean,
And fast and loose with the term available lighting.
Yeah. Like the climax, Justin, I think you said it, but the climax felt like they just used the fluorescent lighting in the room and they were like, that's good enough.
Oh, that room is another. Okay,
we should talk about that scene.
If we're talking about shots of the film, maybe it's not the best shot of. It's actually maybe the absolute worst, but I don't know. They have a room, and I don't know if it's set or not, but it's like maybe 15 feet of this baby blue painted room is painted black with red 2 sets of red hand and foot cuffs against a wall.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like it's yeah.
The
like
foot ones, to be fair, looked like they were just kind of sitting on the ground in front of the wall.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely just sitting there with their hands in the shelves, basically. It looks like kind of nicely cut shelves. Like it's for cups or something.
Yeah, somebody spent some time cutting those out of wood.
Right. Yeah.
And then painting them. Props to the prop guy.
I think one shot we never touched base on is the moment he had alone at the end.
The final shot of the film.
Great point.
Where's Brett? He said he'd be here.
I think he needed some time alone.
Cut to him jerking off.
I think he needed some time alone. Oh shit! This is solo sex for a guy on a mountain in shorts. There's only like 5 minutes left of this movie. I guess this is the end. What song is this? Oh wow, we never saw Adam West again. Gosh.
Joey, you were sitting right there. Yeah, you saw the boat explosion. That was like 5 seconds later.
Oh, that was the what explosion?
The boat explosion.
That was right before that.
Right before
I thought it
so
was like
it had
way
the
earlier.
fourth B. It
A
lacked
boat.
It had boat explosion.
Oh, and a butterfly knife. There's a lot of bees.
And the butterfly knife.
Shit, it's just racked
5 bees.
There's like at least 5 or 6 bees. Boobs, butts, blood,
butterfly,
butterfly,
boat explosions, butterfly knives.
Okay, butterfly, knives, and boats. I'm making this for notes for the next time. Butterfly knives, boats,
I hope
butts,
I can't
blood,
wait for Kendall
boobs.
to come into your room tomorrow and see this list that you've made and have no context for it.
She doesn't know how to read my handwriting. Barely anyone does.
She doesn't know how to read.
I thought she just didn't know how to read.
Because you write like a serial killer.
We're gonna edit that out. She's gonna be one of 5 people that listens to this podcast. So
Do we need those 5 people
you
know
can
that
read,
she
baby.
can't read?
I think she can read. She can read real good.
You can
read real good.
Oh, she can read real good.
You can read real good.
All right, I think we're done here.
Yeah, I think that's it for the first one. So, again, we watched Night of the Kickfighters by Buddy Reyes, starring Adam West. Yeah, good trash.
We'll think of a better intro and outro bit next time, maybe.
Was it any closing thoughts? Any definitive closing thoughts?
Yeah, definitely check us out on Instagram.
There you go.
Mike,
Yeah,
you want to
Mike's
do
dead.
the promo bit? Do you have a promo bit in mind?
Are you ready? Are you ready for?
There's just one thing I'll say is that it's not a team, it's an assault force.
Oh, did they reference assault force?
Yeah, they said a former CIA operative leads a hand-picked assault force.
Okay, well, when we edit this together, I'll do some voiceover and the assault force instead of.
Oh, just let it play
Team
through
up.
and then put Mike in the bottom corner as a well. Actually,
Well, actually,
Okay. Okay, if you watch the visual, there will be Michael Langhausen. Little visual image to pop up and suggest something else. Okay. Yeah, we're good.
Cool. Great.
I love
Yeah,
you, boys.
follow us on Instagram at
Was
our
it Trash
private.
Kings
No,
126?
we can't actually tell you yet. We'll get there after.
I think at Trash Kings 126.
All right.
We'll have another well, actually, from Michael recorded later for that.
well, actually,
actually is a good name for a different podcast, I think.
Yeah, we can use it.
Well, actually, it would be.